I love to see traffic backing up like this because it means I get to fix it. The big project today to help with all of that will be a good old-fashioned British motorway bypass that will envelop the city and hopefully free up all of our traffic-ridden roads. If you're excited to see how this turns out, please leave a like on the video and then grab a cup of tea. Sit back and relax as we dive into Kettlewick. And before we do that, a quick word from our sponsor, Incogni. Your data is flying around the internet like these cars around a roundabout. Look, there's your name and address. And wow, these ones have your phone number, your date of birth, and your favourite beverage, of course, which is tea. I'm sure you'd be shocked at the sort of information that's out there on the internet all about you. The solution? This is where Incogni comes in. Incogni makes sure that any of your personal information that is out there whizzing around the internet via data brokers is removed, so it can't be bought and sold over and over again. And Incogni won't just check once, they keep on checking. And if anything pops up again, they remove it again. So take control over your personal data with Incogni. Go to incogni.com/Biffa and get 60% off annual plans, plus there's a 30-day money-back guarantee. There'll be a link in the description and the pinned comment below. Right, back to the video. So just past Allsorts station that we have on our left hand side is one of the biggest culprits for traffic. As we can see here, it is just absolutely nuts. And this used to be a bypass. I mean, it does sort of go past the outside of the city, but as we built up further along here, this is just becoming more and more traffic ridden. And you can see it's backing up all the way down there. Now, one of the things that probably hasn't helped is we don't have our mod that I like to use to fix traffic lights. And there's a few traffic lights along here, but there's also roundabouts. There's also autosaves. Love a quick sip of tea. And we know, particularly in this area, we're sort of adding a bit of history into here, that this was a small train station that's been expanded, had a bus depot put on the side. The road here is quite small. It's got parking for the local shops. So all the traffic that's coming down here is going from a bus lane and a car lane down into one lane. So that is one big issue. But if we could just get the traffic away from this road, away from this intersection, away from cutting all the way through the middle of our city here of Kettlewick, because it's got that big now, that will be good. I mean, up here isn't too bad. The traffic is always sort of spread out, but then if we come sort of over to this area, up round here, then we're hitting the traffic again. Now, we're bound to always have a bit of traffic going from here up towards what is currently the highway that runs around the city, or the motorway, I should say. Not in Tasmania now, Biffa. And yeah, we get this traffic that cuts through as well. So there's a lot of cutting through that I think we can help. So the plan is, because every time we had like thousands of people into an area, it's just more traffic. So the plan is, if we just zoom out a little bit up here, let's just take a look at what's going on. So over on the left-hand side of the map, this is where the traffic mostly comes in from. So which city is this? Bodmin, very busy place. Bodmin comes down to this junction. It's quite slow. I mean, I don't own any of these tiles, so that traffic is none of my problem. And from this one over here, we've got Bowley, which isn't too bad. We get a little bit of traffic there. They get options to go other ways. But what I'm looking at is this road. So how could we run a bypass? So at the minute, they'll come down these small little roads, they'll hit this roundabout here, and then they decide to go up through the industrial estate and all of that over there, or they come through this section here, which we did actually work on last time, and it's actually going really well. So just lots of dedicated lanes, extra lanes going into the roundabout, a little bypass here, and that has really helped with the traffic here. So we might do a little bit more of that sort of work on other roundabouts. But I would like to take this road here, upgrade it at some point into a 2-road, 3-lane highway, motorway. It's British, British is where you come from. And run that round the outside here. So we've got some space, we've got plenty of land. We can buy these fields off the farmers. We can come down here. Now we do have this motorway here, 2-lane in each direction. I mean, you could have that as a motorway, maybe a sort of fast A road, something like that heads into there. But we want to stop people cutting through. But we could upgrade some of this at the end, have an intersection here, have another intersection here, and then that one just heads outside the city. So I'm not aiming to buy all these tiles and upgrade all of this, but if we need to, we shall. But that should stop people coming up here, which is the main way into Kettlewick, and then going all the way through the middle and then coming out the other side. And then once the traffic goes down, we'll see a lot of these other little issues like garbage problems, waiting for ambulances, the hearses, all of those will just fade away. It's not going to stop all the pollution problems. That's for another day. By the way, since the changes in the last episode, we haven't got as many of these high resource costs, which is great. So, okay, we will need to buy some tiles. I am thinking that down here is where there's going to be one intersection. So we're making, sorry for that very loud squeak, moving my mic, 214,000 an hour. Let's just do the zoomy zoom with the purchase, the map tiles. I'm thinking this one here, definitely we're going to get. So there's going to be an intersection in here somewhere. This might be as well. I'm going to do this one as well. We're going to sort of plan ahead and just say a lot of traffic's going to be coming through here. So this is going to have to be upgraded from the sort of basic road thing that we've got going on there. Road thing, a technical name. You want to write that down, everybody? Yeah, you can use that. So then it's going to come down here somewhere and it's going to hit in with this one. So this is where I was thinking the intersection was going to be, and it was going to sort of curve around. So we might need to just buy another couple. Yeah, this is what we're going to work on. I feel like I want to buy that one as well, but we'll see how much money we've got. It'll come through here and then we've got to get across here somehow. So the sooner I can make an intersection and bring it off elsewhere, the better. I'm thinking this one. So we could have an intersection there, it could come through here, it could come through there, and then it joins up here. There we go. I think that's what we're going to do. If we need to buy more up here to upgrade, we will see. But I think this is going to be our starting point. So let's start off by removing this road here. We're going to need a little bit left. We'll get rid of that. Whether the roundabout's going to stay, I don't know. I think we're going to use just the trumpet intersection that this comes with. I'm going to turn off snapping, and I just want to sort of line that up there, and then we can do a bit of work on getting that to fit there. Oh, okay, let's just do that again. We've got surfaces on this map, so you need anarchy, or you just delete the surfaces. So I'm going to leave those in, and then we can attach that to here as well. This is going to definitely get upgraded. I'm going to go for one of the largest roundabouts. We'll have that one there. Excellent. Let's just pick that. And then if we do parallel mode, is that gonna, nope, we'll go from this one. Yeah, there we go. Excellent. So we can literally go, stop jumping around. There we go. Straight into there. If I turn anarchy off, is that all right? Yeah, there we go. Excellent. So that looks good. And then this one here might need a little bit of work. So I'm going to pick of that and grab it. And then we're just going to sort of turn off parallel mode. We're going to cut that off there. There we go. Excellent. And then we'll do this again. So actually we've got here 3 lane, which are going to go down to 2 lane anyway. So I'm going to pick of that. But we're going to change to this one, go back to parallel, and we're going to hook that in there. Yeah, that'll be good. We'll bring that along. And then what I think we'll do then is we'll go down to 1 lane on each. But if we need to change this, we will. So we'll see what happens. So this one, yeah, we're going to do it the same to both. Stop that. Thank you very much. So we're going to go out. Let's have a look. I want to get it the same on each side. So if I can get to 14 meters, 14 meters, and then we'll go in. Yep. Then we'll do this one here. 13.8.9. Come on now. 14, almost there. Stop. 14. There we go. And we'll do that one there. And then, of course, we've got to turn that one round. And we'll just see how that goes, whether that's okay going down into there. Excellent. So we've got access through here. We've got access to there. That's a good start. So then we're going to cut through here. Now, I know you might be looking at this and thinking, why didn't I leave that as it was and just upgrade it here instead and use this highway? But actually, that one heads off to somewhere else in the city. And there's all sorts of connections that go through all these sort of A roads and things. So I wanted to leave that intact. So anybody coming down here could then come and join this motorway. So let's just move along here and see where the next piece is going to be, probably through here, and then we'll try and sort of connect that up. So what I'm aiming to do is keep this bypass as close to, I mean, ideally when a car comes in from the outside of the city, you want to make it as easy as possible to get from one side to the other. So from all the way over here to all the way over here, a nice straight road from there to there, fastest road possible. They'll look at it and most of them will say, that's the road I want to take. And that's good. That's what we want to do. But of course, we're trying to go around the city. So yeah, trying to keep the speed up on these roads that are through here. We'll come back and have a look at that. But that is what I'm sort of aiming at. So that's why I'm thinking we're going to go along here. We're going to grab the 3 lane. We're going to go into Parallel? Oh, I'm on upgrade. That was confusing me there for a minute. And that was the width that we had. So let me just run some roads along here and see what we end up with. Yeah, something like that. Don't worry, we'll sort out where it crosses everywhere. I'm going to buy this tile here because I want to pay for what I use. So I'm thinking that's going to join there. This here could definitely go underneath because this is a motorway going through the city. We do not want... Let's come out of that one. Then me delete button will work properly. So if we do that and get rid of that, then we could have this going underneath. Let's pick this. What I'd like to do is to keep it on the ground level, but go lower so you can actually still see it. That's far too much. Let's go like this and just maybe sort of go to 7.5 where we're trying to get to. Yeah, so is that straight? That did not look straight at all. Let's just do that again. That just looks weird, doesn't it? That was really not how I was thinking it was going to turn out on the land here. Do I not own that tile either? Is that what the problem is? Because sometimes if you build it... No, I own the tile. If you're building outside a tile, it'll do weird things. Okay, can I add... And this is something I don't think I've tried before. Retaining walls on the edge of these. Whoa, I can... Okay, well, let's do that then. For some reason, that one hasn't worked. Let's just add those there where that goes down and add it there a bit. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. And then maybe let's do the bridge over the top and see whether this ends up looking okay. Yeah, I don't know what's happening there. I'll just play around with this for a little minute. You can see what I'm trying to do, and I'll come back. Yeah, there we go. It worked better this time, so that's fine. We'll go with that. This one here is definitely, again, going to be a bridge over the top. I do not want an intersection right there. Yep, there we go. No problem. We might come back and upgrade some of this. Although, to be honest, this does look quite good. You've got the 2 lanes and the dedicated lanes. You've got the extra lanes for merging. Is there... And there's no node in the middle here, which could cause a problem because anybody coming up here is going to get stuck in that lane and go onto the roundabout, which could cause some issues. I'm just wondering, because at the minute, the add-in the new node, like I'd like a node there, so if they want to switch lanes, because there's a node there now. Let's go on to here. Yeah, but if I delete this, that node goes, which is a little bit annoying. So what we might just do, oh, let's keep it paused, is we might just do this. So if I take that there and do that, just thinking what I can do. I tell you what, if I added a retaining wall like on there, little cheeky thing, and then deleted this, would the node stay there? Oh, look at that. The brains. Okay, that's good. And we'll leave all of that. Okay, yep, so that's going to continue down here, over there. Let's just remove some of these trees while we're here. Yep, through the fields. Then we hit this one here. So this is where I'm thinking we'll have our other junction. And to be honest, that could be, I'm just sort of thinking when I'm clicking on these, I'd like a big roundabout one around here somewhere because we haven't used that, but we don't need the 4-way. So I think we're just going to pop another one of these on again. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, I'm just deciding to upgrade this while I'm here as well. So I'm going to just remove all of this because this is going to hit into here somewhere. Sorry, cars that are floating above the water. That can't be good. I think at the minute I might just pop these into here like they were. And then we'll come back to that in a moment. I know that's all a bit of a mess. Yeah, that'll be good. Let me just sort this out. Yep, there we go. Excellent. And then this bit down here is going to slightly change as well. There we go. Excellent. And then we're going to have an underground railway line here. I'll just do that again off camera. There we go. Excellent. That should work well. So let's just double check. Yeah, we've got that coming off of there, over the top, whizzing through here. We've got options for other connections as well, which could be quite good. So in fact, I think I am definitely going to add that one in. I'm just looking over here. Yeah, so this has got the connection there. Then it comes around to this. And we did buy this square. So I'm definitely going to think we're going to put a proper intersection in here. I'm just deciding what to do. I'm looking at these other intersections by Teddy Radko. He's got some cool ones in here, which you can now get from PDX Mods. You can download those. They don't suit my needs because, I mean, ideally this would be like a, well, not ideally, but you could put a trumpet and connect that up along here. But actually, I'm looking this way thinking anybody that's coming round here, we want to give them access to the city at various points. So having this connection work well for people coming through here would be good. We've got this connection for coming up to here, and then when we get round here, I mean, they're going to connect to that road and that road, but if they want to get in here, they're all going to be coming off here. Whereas if we put a larger intersection here and come through and connect up to there somewhere, now that could be something. But I'm looking at this thinking, oh my goodness me, that is going to be a job and a half. Although it does come down there and then go into here, which is actually quite a big... Do you know what? I think instead what we might just do is upgrade this to all be highway as well. We're buying so many squares. I think that's what we're going to do. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. We can afford it. So this highway is going to continue here, here, and here. This will be another intersection. It will then go here and here, and it will come into this. And this is our big intersection for bringing people around that way. There we go. So let's just do that. Now stop there because this will be a big intersection of some sort, and then we can just connect these up. Nope, if I had the bendy thing on, that would have worked a lot better. Oh, and I've set them all as bridges. I'll just sort that out off camera, don't worry, but let's just do this. Yeah, I'll sort that all out. Don't worry. I can do it. I know what I'm doing. So in here, angled park low, that's not going to work. That's not going to work. I don't think in this situation, I just want, oh, that looks nice. A nice big highway interchange. Oh, this one might be good. If I bring it a little bit further back, a double trumpet interchange. If I bring that a little bit further back, I've said it again, it connects to those two. The bottom section can easily be readjusted to go to there. Do you know, I think this is the one, you know. Let's just see if we can get that in here. I'm going to get rid of that as well. So if I line that up like so, I think this is going to work. Let's see what we can do here. Let me just sort these out. Okay, there we go. That's hooked up. We've hooked that up on there. We need to just do something on here. So that's one lane going into 3 lanes. That could be a bit of a problem. I'm just wondering here whether this could be some sort of roundabout. And then we could adjust some of these roads. A bit out there, I think. But if we turn off all the snapping and get that to snap to both... Yeah, that's not really going to do it, is it? Is that going to both? Come on, you can do it. No, that ain't going to work. I was going to whack a massive roundabout in there. Oh, I've got anarchy on. Yeah, that's not the way to do it. Okay, let's just do it this way instead. Oh man, this is going to add so many lanes onto this roundabout. It's going to be ridiculous. Okay, well, I think that's just what it's going to be. Yeah, we'll just have to go with that. It just seems like this road is teeny tiny. If we come back to upgrade this one another time, we'll do that once we own the squares. Okay, let's just get this finally hooked up to the rest of everything that's going on. So I want this to be 3 lane. That's what we've got. We want this one. We want that one. Is that the right width? No. Can we go closer? There we go. It's 0.5. Okay, that's good. I'm hoping this is just going to go into here and it's not going to be a problem like that. I might need to just move the trees and things. Let's just have a little gander under here. I mean, that looks okay to me. We'll sort the trees and then the overlapping. That's going into here. I mean, this just looks now. Oh, we've got this side. Absolutely brilliant. Do I own enough tiles here to do something about this? No. More tiles are being bought. I mean, these are all places that we can... Yeah, I'm going to go from there. These are all places that we can then go and set up other little villages and things. So, you know, don't worry. Oh, let's pause the game. Let's just get this to match up. I think, again, this is going to be another roundabout here until we come back at a later date and maybe do something a little bit different once we expand. There we go. That looks hilarious, doesn't it? Excellent. So that's connected. This is connected. That's all sorted. Oh, we've got a road down here that isn't connected, of course, which goes out here. I'm just wondering whether, so we could just leave that as a dead end because they could come all the way up there and do that instead, which would make more sense. Yeah, I'll leave that like it is. And then we've got all the other stuff sorted. Yeah, cool. Okay, let me just sort these trees out on here. Okay, the first unpause since we put all this stuff in. There's a couple of things on the road there we need to maneuver, and I'll be interested to see how many... Let's just get rid of these, and let's get rid of those. How many cars take this bypass from this roundabout? I mean, it's difficult to see because they're all stuck in a big traffic jam. That is the thing. But already, look, there we go. They're coming down, they're going up. That is what we want to see. Excellent. And all of those cars are ones that aren't going down there because there was no connection here before. Let's just follow this up here and just have a look at this for a moment. And yeah, they're all heading out that way, which is good. They're all coming down this way, which is good. I like it. I like it. Let's just follow this up here. So again, all of these are cars that would have gone through in the middle of the city, but they're not, which is great. So that's working fantastic. Oh, that's working fantastically. Maybe let's just stick some of these retaining walls on the side. Just see that smooth that a little bit. There we go. Looks a bit better, doesn't it? Excellent, excellent. And then we'll just grab the Move It mod again and just lift all of this up. Just a spot, just a twitch, just a speck. There we go. Excellent. There we go, that's looking much better. I've turned off my DLSS, which I've had on the whole of this video, which I didn't realise. Ignore the trees on there, we'll get those removed. Oh, loads are coming down there. Ones are coming from over there. Excellent. Yeah, so that's working okay. So these are all ones that are coming from the outside. So I want to just sort of follow this it would have been up here, wouldn't it? Yes, they would have come in there before and then would have headed down there and then gone into the city. But, okay, it's an autosave. Instead of going straight through, they're now coming off like that and going through this way. That is, I just didn't realise how big of a... Yeah, how big of a lump that was. So we need to do a little bit of straightening out there. So what I'm thinking is that we need to just keep this running for a bit. I also, with some of these roundabouts, we could do with adding a few more extra lanes, which we saw in the last episode is a fantastic way of getting things work. If we go for a 4 and a 1, like so, you'll get the... Hang on a sec. Yeah, is that a 4 and a 1? 4-lane, two-way highway. I want 4-lane asymmetric. That's what I'm looking for. If we do that going in, and we'll do a couple of... So you still get the one coming off, but now you get extra lanes they can spread out to. There. That one's already got the extra lanes coming in, so that's fine. That's all fine. Let's just check the other roundabout. Oh, I didn't realise we'd done that there. Was that me? That was me. I'll sort that out, don't worry. Why is it I've lifted this like 3 times? And every time I turn around, it's gone down again. Let's just do that. Please stop doing that game. Thank you. I'm just going to check this roundabout down here. Boom, boom, boom. So this is okay. This one. Yeah, maybe could just add a small asymmetrical segment on the end there. Just that one, I think will be good, just to give them an extra lane going in. There we go. Excellent, we'll do that. But everything seems to be working really well. It's still going to be busy here for a while until all this traffic goes down. We haven't looked at this one for 8 years. We've got asymmetrical roads everywhere. We haven't on this section. Let's just grab whatever road that is and turn that into a 5-lane asymmetrical. I don't think it needs to be up in the air, so I don't know why that is. So we're going to go like that. So we'll get some dedicated lanes. Yeah, we're going to get a dedicated left out of that. That's already got the asymmetrical. That's got 3 coming in. That's fine. So I'm hoping that it's not going to take long for that to go down. And let's follow up here. So all of this traffic here, this is what I'm hoping a huge chunk of it's going to go right instead of up there. But obviously we've got to give them time. to do that. And while we're doing that, let's have a look through here. So this isn't quite so busy, which is good. This is still a little bit busy, but it's not terrible. There might be something we can do here. So let's just see what's causing problems here. So these are going down. These are going down. It's all going down to 2 lanes. So we could just keep that as 3 lanes all the way along there. So in some situations, let me just grab the 3-lane highway. There we go. And we can upgrade that with the retaining wall on the left. Yeah, there we go. That's all built in. No, that's not the retaining wall, is it? Is that not the one I want? What's this one here? Sound barrier. That's the one I want. So if we do that all the way along there, it doesn't quite line up there, does it? But we'll go with that. Can I just move that one out a little bit? There we go. Excellent. So that just keeps the 3 lanes all the way along there. And then coming up to here, yeah, we need to change that, don't we, as well? So let's just grab that 3 lane from this side. And we'll put that this way. We'll turn on the snapping. So I want that to have an extra lane for coming off, like that, which you can see down here. Let's just maneuver some of these trees out of the way. There we go. Excellent. So they're going to come off there. They've got that lane. So that's going to work a lot better. Up here, I'd like this to be more than 1 lane, absolutely. So if we just grab that, I mean, 2 or 3 lanes would be good. 3 seems a bit much. 2 seems a bit more realistic. Is that a raised piece of road? No, it isn't. Has that got the sound barrier on this side? How am I going to do that? Let's go... I don't think there's a way of placing that where I get a dedicated left. So it's just whatever looks good. I think that way. Actually, normally straight on would be the lane that would do that. Yeah, that'd be fine. So let's just maneuver these. Go. I think that's probably okay. Come on. Oh, in the wrong mode. That's what it is. Bit easier. Excellent. So that's gone down. And then the other way, I mean, that's okay. There's not a lot going up there. There's a lot of merging going on. I mean, it's just super busy, isn't it, coming down here? So if we can get this moving down here, and this is this is the big one I'm hoping we'll have a lot of the traffic taken away from, because everybody before was coming through the middle, through the middle, through the middle. So actually, if we look at this now, there's hardly any traffic going through here. And it might be that at some point we downgrade this highway just to a non-highway large road or even a medium road. If the traffic sorts itself out, we could do that. So this is clear. So we're just literally waiting for this bit here to clear up. So I don't actually think this is going to take too long. And the same coming from the other direction as well. Before, yeah, I suppose some have still got to come off there. But yeah, let's just check all the roads coming off. So they've got 3 lanes. They've got 3 lanes. These have just got 1 going in because this is always going to be busy up here. We know about this. All right, well, let's just keep an eye on this and see whether all this traffic goes down and this main big problem in our city disappears. Let's see. Look at that, all the traffic from the roads at the top. That was backing up so far before, wasn't it? If I just move my camera up a little bit and back a little bit. Yeah, it was backing up all the way past those high rises over there. And now it's barely down to here. And what we will find is once that goes, then it's easier for the other traffic to go, because roundabouts are okay when it's a reasonable amount of traffic. When it's just so backed up that they're all looking at each other like these lot and don't know what to do, and we are, you know, that's when they become a problem. But and I know that this isn't ideal what we've got going on here, because we've got, let's just slow the game down a bit. I was trying to run in 8 speed. I know that I'm running these all the way up here, up 1 lane. And this is like a whole load of people, but we're going with this is an old town. It's got 1 way in, 1 way out. That's it. It's a village that's been expanded. That can happen. Maybe later on we'll add another way in, but I'm just going with how this is at the moment. Why are you crossing over? Oh, you're going down there. I'm actually going to stop that. Yeah, you're not supposed to be able to go through there. Let's come out of photo mode. Let's use lane connector tool on here. Oh, yeah, you shouldn't be crossing over there. No, no, no. You go there. This is one way, isn't it? So that should be one way up there. And then you can turn in that way. And then I'm going to remove U-turns and unsafe. And I bet this now will actually move a lot quicker, which is what we want. So I'm going to give it a few more minutes and we'll just see if all of this on the right goes down. And as soon as that goes down, all of this will go down as well. While we're waiting for that to work through, I want to do another couple of things that's going to encourage people to take my bike. But look, it's moved down again. What is the constant? If you know why it's doing that, let me know. I don't know. Yeah, I want to encourage people, if they're coming down here, to go down the bypass, not to carry on through there unless they really have to. And I think the way to do that is to downgrade some of these roads into slower roads. So this sort of one lane each way highway, the speed is 100 kilometers an hour, I think. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And then these ones, each one of these is 120 kilometers an hour, obviously in each direction. So what we could do is downgrade sort of this connection through here and see whether that helps. So instead of having highway roads, if we went down, for instance, to this, so this is a 4-on-1 road, which, do we have one of those 6-lane? I don't think we do in the big roads, do we? No, they're too big. 4-lane asymmetric road, so this speed is 50 kilometers an hour, so immediately that's a change. I just want that to be exactly where it was. So we're going to go for that. And then, of course, this one would just be a normal road, which is 40, which is pretty slow. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a 4-lane divided road, which is 50, and do that instead. So we've got some extra lanes. That is really weird how it's doing that. Let's turn off. Nope. Let's turn off that as well. And we'll just sort of eyeball it to that. And then to, okay, hang on, let's get in a bit so I can see. I'm looking at the middle there. There we go. And we'll just do that all the way up to the roundabout. So that's like halved the speed. Darn it. That wasn't quite right. Let's do that again. There we go. So that's like half the speed down there from 100 to 50. So that should really help. I mean, this is all highway type roads as well. So we could do that too, which I think I'm going to do. Yeah, let me do that. And then, of course, we're going to take off all the crossings because nobody should be crossing up here. There, or there, or there. Yeah, that's gone. And it's probably added in traffic lights as well, hasn't it? It's been doing that recently. You move the crossings and the traffic lights stay. Again, that might be a mod thing. I'm not entirely sure. There's no traffic lights there. We've just got the crossing thing. You're now stuck forever over there because there's no crossing. I'm so sorry about that, but there we go. And then what I'm going to do is just grab that and upgrade it a little bit further down so it feels like it's lining up better. Yeah, there we go. So that's going to just slow things down through there. I'm going to leave all these as they are. That's fine. I'm not going to mess with that. So hopefully that's encouraging more people to go down here. As we said, that road goes somewhere else. So actually, I don't mind that crossing the railway line. There's a little bit of traffic there. We'll just deal with it. Yep. Cool. Okay. We'll see how that goes. And then we could do the same over here. Now I'm just thinking, oh, we were going to add this in here, weren't we? Let's add another junction here for this road, but with the ability to possibly go across, because at some point we will be building out here. Oh, I'm looking at this one and I'm thinking, if we can make this fit in here, the roundabout interchange, that would just seem so fitting because we haven't used one of those yet. And let's just purchase that tile. We do have the space to do it. We could bring the highway a bit further across. I'm going to just pause there because we're going to do a little bit of highway deleting. Sorry, any cars that are already on there. There we go. And then we could pop that. I mean, I want space to be able to get into there. We could bend that road around a little bit. So it could sort of go here, something like that. Let's just plop it in. Let's just do it. Let's just place it in. We'll have fun. We'll do it. It's connected. Good. And then we'll connect all the roads up. I was hoping that would work. Has it? Has it worked? No, let me just sort these out. Yep, there we go. Excellent. So that's all connected up. I'm going to go back and sort out all the bridges and things. That's fine. And then this one here, yeah, we're going to change this. We're going to do that. And then we're going to grab this one. So we'll pick a pick of that. We'll still use the same type of road. I mean, it's angled this way. So I'm going to keep it angled that way to here. 180. Yeah, there we go. Excellent. Oh, no, hang on. Let's do that again. I thought it was in straight mode. 180. Yeah. And then we'll go into curve mode. And we're going to bring that up straight into this. Let's just get to the middle. 180. Yeah, so that can join up to there without it being too much of an issue. I think that looks okay. And then it changes into a fast road. Excellent. So now we've got a way for people coming down here to get into there without going through the middle, which is what a lot of this is I'm seeing, because then they come down here into Madison and Cedar and Garnet. And you've got the same the other way. If they don't want to go up here because of the traffic, they can come down here. I don't think we're going to add any other connections because these are all, yeah, little estates. And this is looking great. Love a good roundabout, intersection, interchange, whatever. Right, okay, press play. Also, what's good about this, which I've already seen people going down the way that we want them to. Yeah, excellent. Is I've seen people turning around on here, which is good. So they don't have to go a long way or do any freaky deaky turning around anywhere. But yeah, people are coming down here, going up there. We could upgrade some of these lanes that are coming off here if they need extra. Yeah, look, they're heading up through there. Brilliant. Yeah, if they need extra lanes for coming up to the roundabout. But as it stands at the moment, that is not too shabby at all. Right, so I'm going to just let all of this run for a bit. Go and grab a cup of tea. I'm just checking in here. I'm going to just actually do a bit of work here first before I do that, because I was going to let it run and then see what it's like. But I've just noticed we've got all these crossings, which I think we'll have a light here, because this is literally coming down off the highway. You know, people are going to be a bit quick without thinking about it, because that's how things work. And then we're going to come down here, and then we're getting into slower roads and stuff anyway. So I think that should be, yeah, that should be fine. Excellent. Right, I will be back with you. Right, it's only been a few minutes. We are getting people using our lovely roundabout here, but I'm just wondering if over here we can do a similar thing where we encourage people, if they're coming down here and need to just bypass the city, that they head this way rather than this way. I think that's going to work a lot better. So I'm wondering whether we could just downgrade some of this. What would be, so as we said before, if we just pick a pick of this, so the 2-lane highway thing, this one here, it's 120 kilometers. If we went for a 6-lane road, so still plenty of space, yeah, it would literally be half the speed. I think we're going to do that through here. So what is going to be the best way to do it? Let me try. I'm going to delete, hopefully that's not going to delete the roundabout. No, we're going to delete this one here. That's the way in up to there. And then we're going to grab a 6-lane road divided with a median, and we're going to upgrade this one, but I'm going to turn, actually, if I do that, that is the height I want it. Yeah, I was going to say I'll turn the snapping off, but if I do that, there we go. So we've got extra capacity, but oh, actually that's going to be, oh no, that's going to be in the right place. Yeah, extra capacity. And yeah, do you know what I'm going to do here? I'm going to just draw this in, otherwise I can see it all just getting a bit weirdy beardy. Yeah, I'm just trying to see how I can do this so it lines up. Yeah, there we go. And then I'll get these two hooked in as well. Yeah, something like that. I mean, that could be a roundabout, but there's nowhere else for the road to go. So that's going to slow it down by half the speed, but we've still got plenty of ways to get in and out. Oh, we've got fires, break it out. Don't want to do that because this traffic is built all up again. So, I mean, I could downgrade this here, but I'm quite happy to keep that as a fast moving road. So yeah, let's just see what happens there. So, because if the same thing works, if this goes down, then that side will get through quicker. It's still this road here. It's just a right pain. Oh my goodness, I've just come back over this side. Look, no traffic at all up there. No traffic at all down there. Brilliant. Oh, this is great. Somehow a crossing has got there, which is not what we want. So we're going to get rid of that, because we don't need that, because we've got this going up over the top. Although if they're here and they want to get up to there, well, how did they get there? Oh, they're walking from up here, so they can cross over up there. That's fine. Oh, that is brilliant. Oh, it's not connected anymore. Maybe it's not as brilliant as I thought it was. Let's just add this into there. Yeah, I think it does connect. It's just a visual thing. I'm just wondering whether we could just connect it over here as well. Let's just bring a little thing down there. Oh, we goodness sake. There we go. We'll do that. So there's definitely a connection there now, which is brilliant. Why are you... Oh, man, there's like so many crossings here. That's why. If there's traffic, 9 times out of 10, the answer is there's far too many crossings. So I'm going to remove that one. I'm going to put... Is there one down here we can have? I mean, I could just have it down there and get rid of all of those. Anything else going on under there? And then it's just traffic lights, which we don't need there or there. So keep on moving. This is exactly what we want. That is exactly what we want. Yes. Yes. Love it, love it, love it. And then it's not too busy up here. So let's follow this along. So yeah, all of this that we see along here now should go down because this roundabout isn't so busy. So if I just pop the camera like that, you look at the traffic coming from the distance and let's see what happens. And here it comes, the end of the traffic coming from the distance up there. That is brilliant. Let's just move this around a bit. That's still okay. That's still okay. That is fantastic. A little bit of a backlog with a few buses coming up, but I'm not too worried about that. Cool. Let's just go over here then and check out all of this. This is looking good. This is still working. Yep, that's fine. We've got expansions for other areas that we want to go to. So we've really encouraged a lot of people not to go this way, which is good. This is all freed up. Look at this. Oh my goodness. This was all chock-a-block, wasn't it, before? This is still not great. That is because all of these are trying to get into there, I would imagine. Let's just slow things down a bit and have a look. If we click on there, I've already got it set up. So it looks like most are going up here. I wish there was somewhere to get some sort of figures, but we don't. This was a place where I'd have a zipper T for an autosave. This had a dedicated traffic light that was all tweaked with the mod on, but we don't have that. So I think this little issue, we're going to just leave until that mod comes back. Because I like this great big node with one big traffic light on. We'll leave it like that. What I am seeing is a lot of cars want to turn right and there's only one lane for going right. Well, that is something I could fix. Yeah, I've set it up with one lane for each direction. Is there, how many lanes go up here? There's only one lane up here. That is not so great. We could change that. Let's adjust that. Let's go for a 5-lane asymmetrical into that way. So now we've got 2 lanes coming up there. There we go. Now we've got 2 right hands. And then this one. So that should help. So we should get more cars going via the middle lane round to over there. Let's just keep an eye on that for a minute and see whether that helps. So, I mean, this episode has been like, I would say 99% vanilla fixes. I might have had Anarchy on in the odd place, but you know, you could do without Anarchy and fiddle around with stuff a bit longer if you want to. Move It mod maybe moved a couple of trees, which you could sort of do without it. But overall, this has been a really cool vanilla fix. Let's just let this run for a minute and see what happens. I mean, that is pretty good. I'm pleased with that. We are now, the traffic is sort of stopping here rather than backing all the way down here onto the main road. So that's exactly what we want. And the rest of the junction is pretty good. Not complaining about that one at all. Fantastic. So going through the city, before this was all absolutely chock-a-block. Now look at it. Now look at it. Well, that person's cutting across to do a thing there. That's fine. Well, what we could do to help them to do that, let's have a look. Yeah, I'm just going to do a little change here. If we grab lane connector tool, whoa. All I'm going to do is I'm going to say, you don't go there, but you go there. So that is a dedicated right-hand turn now. So once that bus has gone and everybody's worked out what's going on, yeah, there we go. Look, that should be work a lot better. Well, we've covered a lot of traffic fixing today. There is one big area that really needs our attention, but we are going to save that for the next episode, so don't miss that one. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on those ones. Thank you so much for watching, and if you're a bicyclist like those people over there, just don't block everybody else trying to drive down the road. Thank you very much. Okay, thank you all for watching. See you soon. Have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.